figure this out. Let me go off into the corner over here, and I have a solution for you, in a while. Of course, it might be a week, a month, or a year. But they really like to get into figuring things out, being left alone to figure things out. Number 6, the loyalist, protect the king, or protect whatever. They're very into, they're very loyal, very committed. They like to find people who they trust for guidance, whether that be an author or somebody in real life, or people who they aspire to in movies, whatever. But they like to have a guiding light, so to speak, and they're very dedicated to that. Life is my oyster for number 7. Jackie Gleason used to say that. He just loved to do whatever he could to experience the pleasure in life. And that's what 7 is. It's kind of the hedonist, the pleasure seeker. And that's what they're looking for. I like to sometimes feel like there's something missing, almost like they were taken away from their mother too early. A 7 has that feeling of emptiness sometimes. They're trying to fill up by finding, pleasure in life to do. I think that's what happens a lot with the 7. Number 8, might makes right. Again, that's the power driving type of person. They want to win. They want to be on top of. Don't want to show any weakness. Typical male archetype, I guess. Athletic or competitive type of male. So the 8 is very much a male archetype in our society, and the 2 is very much a female archetype in our society. And lastly, number 9, we can all get along. The 9 is a unifier. The 9 is a great mediator because the 9 can see all different points of view. And when you hear me talking about all the colors of the rainbow getting together, you're hearing it from a 9. That's what my 9 is. I can understand many different things. One of the problems with that is that I forget which one is my opinion, and I have to be careful that I don't lose myself, because I just I can see so many points of view that I just get kind of washy. So, any questions on that? Self-effacing is also another 9 trait, which I just did. The philosophies for each type I came up with. Different isms. 1 is reformism, 2 altruism, 3 capitalism, 4 aestheticism, 5 intellectualism, 6 loyalism, 7 sensualism, 8 authoritarianism, and 9 Taoism. Taoism is anybody familiar with the Tao? This saying right here is actually from the Tao. Kindness. Kindness in words creates confidence. Kindness in thinking creates profoundness. Kindness in giving creates love. But it's a very fluid philosophy. It's all Chinese. Basically, the Tao means the way in Chinese. It means don't live in resistance, but kind of bend with the wind. Just go with the flow. Very much 9. Some of the symbols. Picture tells 1,000 words. I like to use symbols, so I'll see if I can get some graphics for these. Number 1, we're very much into purity and perfection, so I picked the lily, or pure white, symbols for number 1. Number 2, the helper. I picked the heart, or mother, as a symbol for that type. Number 3, the achiever. The symbol is a mountain or a star, a shining star, so to speak, the person who's made it to the top. Number 4, the rose or the violin, that very romantic type of person. Very emotional. Number 5, the lamp or the key. And maybe I should put the laser there as well, because it can be lamps or laser. Usually more lasers than lamps, I guess. But at any rate, they have the light is involved in that in some way. It's very much, the light bulb goes on. Number 6 is the white knight. Again, very loyal, dedicated type, protected. 7, cornucopia or the dolphin. Very light, joyous, playful type of the life of the party, so to speak. Number 8 is the challenger. That's the lion or the sun. Very powerful. Very, very powerful. And lastly, number 9, rainbow or the dove. Peace and unification. If you try to think of different actors who fit these different molds, sometimes that's happening. That's a good thing to do too, like I said. I think Edith, Archie was all in the family.
Yeah.
Edith was like a 9 or a 2, and Archie was like an 8, opinionated. I think my family was like that when I was a kid. It was like the bunker household, My father was like Archie, my mother was like Edith, and I was like me. And I just sat there and shake my head every time my father would say something. I just couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it.
That's funny how you learn to accept all those different points of view, because you had them right in your family. You grew up with family with all different points of view.
Yeah, I still have a hard time integrating that 8, though. Let me tell you that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's a hard one.
The 9 and the 8 is one of the biggest, clashes. It's like, I think one of the biggest divides in the generation gap when I was growing up was between my father and I. Because he was just so militant, and I was so peaceful. Total opposites. So these are the conditioned misconceptions of not enoughness that we have. I like to call these holes. These different holes that we have. And we're trying to fill up with whatever qualities we feel are missing in our lives. And that's what creates these, kind of like an oyster. You have that grain of sand and you're spinning this pearl around it. When you have these core thoughts or belief systems, and